Alright, this is a 3.7 liter V6 Jeep Liberty. We're gonna replace the radiator. It ran into like a wild deer, so the wild deer is responsible for the radiator replacement, and so we're gonna replace it. So we're gonna have to take this bracket off here, okay, and then we're gonna have to unbolt it from down there also, and take this off one assembly. All right, you're gonna unclip this wire here. And after you unbolt the 10 millimeters that are right there and on the other side, you can just pull this thing right out. Alright, so there's a 10 millimeter on this side and a 10 millimeter on this side, right? 10 millimeter? Yeah. And then it just pops right up out of the sleeves. Alright, we pulled the screw out and you can see it's just draining out. Now, I did the wrong thing. I pulled the screw out and it just shot out like a fountain. So don't pull it all the way out. Okay? Alright. Now at the bottom of the bracket here for the top piece, there's two 10 millimeters. You just want to come in here. Alright, on this top bracket here, after those two bolts, it's this one over here. Alright, you unbolt that one. Okay, this one you leave, that's for the headlight bracket. That one you leave. And then come over here. And then you see this one over here. Okay. You probably gotta disconnect this right here. Alright, correction. After you take that bolt out, you also got to take that one out. I didn't think you did, but you also have to take that one out. And then when you come over here by the intake, you got to take that bolt out also, along with the one I said originally there. Alright, after that, you got to come down here and you got to take this off the radiator. There's a bolt here. It's another 10 millimeter, which is on the front. And then there's another one right over here. You got to take off. Then you're going to come down here. You're going to take that 10 millimeter off. And you're going to take that 10 millimeter off. Alright, after you get that done, all the bolts out, you got to come and you got to pry this off because it's like keyed in. It's like right here, it grooves over. See right there? It like grooves over. So you got to pull all this off on both sides, and then it'll start coming up. Okay? And are we pouring all over the floor? All right. No, we're not pouring over the floor. We're pouring into our pan, which is pretty good to hear. All right. When you go to take this radiator out, you're gonna have to wiggle it out. You're gonna have to take these hoses and you're gonna have to pry them up, and you're gonna have to pull them over to the side as much as you can so you can get that radiator out. Here's the new radiator. The plugs went over it. This one didn't come with plugs. You have to actually take them from your old radiator there and there. You gotta pull them out. You gotta put them in your new radiator. Alright, we got the radiator back in. Once you get the radiator back in, it's a bit of a pain. And then you gotta have to wedge all these bolts back in place, and you're gonna have to bolt it up like, yeah, in front of that and flap. And there's one down here, and then there's one over here, and then one behind the flap. And then reconnect all your hoses, top and bottom, and then start putting your fan back in. Alright, once you got this bracket put back in and all bolted up, all there and all down here, alright, all you gotta do is make sure your hoses are connected, put your fan back in, bolt that back up, reconnect the wire, and then you should be good to start filling. You're going to want to fill from your reservoir as much as you can, let it fill. Run your engine and then watch it as it runs. And the thermostat turns on and it sucks all the antifreeze in. You're going to have to fill that and now monitor that until you are completely full.